Good morning, everybody. Under the hood this morning. First, I want to talk about how God works. I didn't say anything before I went to bed. I posted the analysts, macro analysts, about all this, how it's starting to come undone now. I spoke about, for all of you who's been following me over on LinkedIn and followed all my prophecy projections and everything, this is what we come down to. It was all projected, actually. For those of you who don't know, we had a 95% accuracy rating on our prophecy projections. And it all goes back to how God works. Now, I've said 1,000 times, I'm a vessel of God. And it's taken me years to understand a lot of what happens. Well, look at these clouds. Beautiful. But God won't reveal anything until people can understand what he reveals to them. And now I've been showing y'all and posting y'all a lot of things about how the powers that be, the monopolies, actually, it's a handful of people that own the whole world, just about. Maybe a few more than that. But anyway, they actually, by telling you guys, promising you guys that they were going to, that this government's too big, we need a small government. What they were really talking about is they was taking over the government, and what you got is corporate control that has control over your government and a large section of the religious population, a large sector of it. And so what you have now is the largest ruling government in the United States in history of what was supposed to be a democratic nation. And they done that by lying to you, promising you tax cut, trickle down. They knew better than that when they started this. This whole thing's been planned. And a lot of you have been wanting to know, well, why didn't, if you knew all this, why didn't they just kill you? They could have, but it's kind of odd. These people on top and on all this stuff, they're kind of weird. And one of them took a liking to me for some reason. They told me that over in Athens, that bunch there, cartel they got there. He told me, said, if it was up to him, I mean a threat that I got, the usual way they send me threats, that if it was up to him, he'd shoot me down right there. But it wasn't up to him. And I think that they even have a bet on who would have won, who was going to win, them or me. Because, see, what a lot of people don't realize, and a lot of them know, is like the letter I wrote that Rush Limbaugh read on his station and said he couldn't have come up with that in 1,000 years. They actually use that principle. It's the principle they use to entrap the most people, actually, is they don't make you believe anything. But there's from what they have done, and that's what I pretty much explained in that letter, you got a big part of this world because of the economic situations and all this boogeyman that's the left, it's the left, the left, the left is devil, evil, blah, blah, blah. A large part of the population, especially the religious people who are prone to waiting on God to take care of all their needs, got confused, and therefore you had false messiah rise. Right? So, one of the reasons they didn't kill me is because of my knowledge of the human psyche. They found that out in 2002 when I turned that corporation in, and have followed me ever since. And that was about, which I'd already, like I told you, before I got on social media, I've been preaching and teaching what I preach and teach since 1983, I think. Maybe 82. Anyway, they watch all my social media posts and try to do kind of like an anti-truth or a reverse truth. You understand? Take what I say, turn it around, re-engineer it, and use it. They actually do, and have been doing that for a long time. But the thing about this, how God protects his people. Right. God won't allow anything to happen to you until his mission is complete. Which with somebody like me, it's okay. If they shoot me down right now, it's game for me because I won't be waiting on resurrection. Right? Sleep to somebody, death is just sleep to somebody like me. It's not no big deal. It's not nothing to be afraid of. Boogeyman, hellfire, burn, all that. I know better. But that's why they never kill me. And that's why what happened last night or yesterday evening after the day was over, that they come out and posted Bishop having and the bailout, which got all the run-of-the-mill analysts and content creators all confused. Oh, it's a bailout. It's not a bailout. It's QE. It's not QE. Actually, what it is a system, a corrupt system, devouring itself, pretty much, like a cancer. And it's probably why I dreamed a few days ago when I told y'all in one of my posts about I dreamed about this huge malignant tumor, black human hairs in it. I believe that was what all this is about. It's cancer. What they did, the debt, the Federal Reserve, the debt, the saturation of it, it's been done over and over through history. They knew exactly what was going to happen. They just need the psychological and religious aspects, of which I know a lot about both. And that's why they haven't killed me. That's why they settled for threatening me and all this stuff. Now, the thing about MAGA, what they don't know, they actually believe this stuff about the left's evil and they're coming after me and all this other religious nonsense that they here in the South so fell into so happily. Because it gives them a reason to be violent toward people they don't like and gives them a target for all the misery and suffering and blah, blah, blah they don't like. But in the end, just like everybody else right now, they brought it on themselves, buddy. You believe something inside of you made you believe a lie that trapped you. And that's where we're at. So, that's pretty much it for the economy. What happened to them is it all blew up just right before an election and the truth's coming out. Now, see, y'all wouldn't have believed none of this I told you this morning if it hadn't already started going down, right? You would think I'm cuckoo, which I've said I am crazy, but not in the way y'all want me to be. Not in the paranoid, schizophrenic type, boogeyman, boogeyman. No, I know the score. I've been fighting them for many years, and I know what they've been doing. They know I know. But that's why they hadn't killed me. That's why they've settled to hunt me and keep me down. You ever notice that any social media site I go on, I can never get over like a couple of thousand people. But that got foiled on LinkedIn. People started realizing that. And on LinkedIn, I turned into just a persona that all of them were behind. And that's why it got spread out. A lot of newsletters started following me over there and on and on. And suddenly, everybody was repeating the things that I said, right? So that's how we got here today. And it's over. I mean, you only got so much. Since you got the world saturated with debt that followed the dollar to follow the petrol system, the old SWIFT petrodollar system, which you quit using those spreadsheets. That's gone the way of the horse and wagon type stuff, like that went away. No nations are buying U.S. debt, just a few, not enough to handle this large debt we have. This is why you see Trump smiling, loving up on Kim Jong-un. The only hope they got now to keep from going hiding in a hole in the ground, which is where they're heading, is take complete control of the world populations, right? Take complete control. And that's what they're trying to do. But when the truth gets spread, and the Bible tells you this, and it's over. And another thing, they have become so evil. This is the government of Revelation chapter 17. The 10 kings, or this bunch, is trying to do a complete authoritarian takeover and destroyed the UN and the SWIFT system. And now the 10 kings are being defeated by the followers of Yeshua and will be completely destroyed by him at the second coming. Right after the tribulation that we're watching right now. And it's going to get bad. Don't believe that. Believe that more. Just more than anything, believe that. Be ready, be prepared, get your stuff ready. You ain't got no savings. Nobody's coming to help you. The only one top's going to help himself. If you hadn't already noticed it. Next video, guys.